Well, good afternoon YouTube. Welcome back to the channel. My name's Dan. And for those who are new to my woodturning life, I was going to say I'm a woodturner based in Wales. I think the name does give it away. And basically what I've got here is a beautiful piece of oak, which has come out of the shed very recently. The moisture content is a little bit higher than what I previously expected. I thought it was going to be a little bit lower, but it's a 16% moisture. So what I'm expecting is this piece basically to warp, okay, and to change shape basically once I've turned it. So but this is just for video purposes basically. Now the other half actually turned out quite distinctive, okay, because oak is a very big giveaway. It's got this really distinctive color, okay, and we've got some really interesting grain patterns going on, so which should be quite interesting to turn on the channel. Now it's just a demonstration what I do on my woodturning lives, so if anybody's interested in going out there and getting into woodturning, go and speak to a reputable, experienced woodturner. I was going to say I don't post my videos when I go live for any kind of educational purposes. It's just for demonstration really. And but yeah, I've been woodturning for 2.5 years, and I've turned everything from bowls to plants to pens to vases, that kind of thing really. So if that's kind of any interest to you, I was going to say don't forget to follow along. And like I said, no jewellery, no watches, I was going to say, and no long sleeves, okay, because we don't want anything getting caught actually in any moving parts. So again, we're going to try and get this actually turned into a consort bowl. And what do I mean by a consort bowl? Okay, consort bowl is very similar to a key bowl, okay, like a dish, okay, which you could use for snacks, peanuts, keys, anything like that really. And but yeah, it's going to go from looking like this into this, okay. So we're going to turn from half a log into a decorative little bowl, okay, so which should be quite interesting. So if you are interested in following my journey here on YouTube, you can say I set the account up end of last year, and within, I think we're under 6 months, I think we've gained nearly 3,500 subscribers, which is incredible, absolutely incredible. So again, we're going to get the lathe started, and what we're going to do is we're going to get onto the first dart ratio, so I have enough torque in the lathe really to give this a good turn, give this a good spin. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to start off on the slowest speed possible, slowest speed. And what we're going to do is we're going to just gradually build up speed, okay? We don't ever turn the lathe on and run it flat out, okay? Because we just don't know how a piece of timber is going to behave on the lathe. So again, what we're going to do, we're going to slowly start at 95 RPM. And what we're going to do is we're going to start building up speed and getting some momentum. So the faster I can spin this, the cleaner the cuts will make, okay? So I do use traditional tools, okay? I do use traditional tools. I also use carbide tools, scrapers, that kind of thing. So I'm going to stand to the side. I'm just going to see how it's going to behave. Don't want hitting anything, banging on anything. If it's banging and moving about, that's when we stop and we take a good look at it, okay? So again, we're going to gradually build up speed now. See if we can get it somewhere about 500 RPM. Now I just want to check, something's wobbling. Is it the arm there? I think it could be. Yeah, it was. So basically, yeah, we're at 455. So let's try and speed up a little tad more. Okay, 500 RPM, okay? 500 RPM. So revolutions per minute, okay? And what I'd like to do now is just run this tool rest just under center, okay? I'm not going to grip this, okay? Because if I grip the steel and it catches me, it's going to hurt, okay? And we just let the lathe spin it, let the tool cut it. Now I'm not being aggressive, I'm not trying to go mental at it. I was going to say, because again you've got to respect the machine and respect that piece of timber, okay? Otherwise you can get significantly hurt. Well, that was a slab of bark. That was a real big slab of bark come off there then. Yeah, straight down the side, okay? Straight down this side here. So again, if you do enjoy the live, you can say, don't forget to leave me a thumbs up. It does mean an awful lot to me and helps the channel out massively. and it's very stringy, very stringy. And yeah, as I can say, I've been wood turning for 2.5 years, and I really enjoy the process of turning something from like a log into something practical, useful. Okay, so again, just going to bring this on at 45 degree now. I could wear my smock, but I thought I'd dress up for the occasion. So again, we're going to come round. Here, rubbing. Don't want that. Don't want that. So what I'm going to do is come round here, get rid of these flat edges. Okay, get rid of these flat edges, and we'll just blend it round. Okay, like I said with that bowl I showed you a minute ago. There it is. This is the curve that I create here. Okay, on the edge. Okay, so once you've created this curve, then we start working around creating our shape and our form, etc. But again, I was on yesterday doing a live, and yeah, I turned another beautiful piece of oak. Oak is one of my favourite types of timber to turn, and like I said, you look after the wood and it'll last a lifetime. Okay, so but yeah, as I say, it's just a demonstration. It's just a demonstration. Anybody who wants to get into wood turning or anything like that, go and speak to somebody in your area. So, but if anybody's got any questions, leave them in the comments box below. And yeah, I was going to say, and helps the live become a bit more engaging, if that makes sense. So yeah, we'll crack on. We'll crack on. And there goes the other half of the bark. So glad that's come off. I'm glad that's come off. Again, it's very dark on one area and very light on the other, which is quite interesting. This should be a very interesting piece. And I'm literally just building up momentum at the moment, just to see how the wood's behaving. Okay, just want to ensure that it's completely on there. Don't want nothing coming off. All right. Okay. Got a little area here which I need to be very mindful of. Okay, just a little indentation, inclusion, is what we call them. So we'll clean that up. We'll spin. We'll come around. We'll create that shape. Okay, we'll create that shape. Hi Ernest, welcome to the live, buddy. Hi Nara. Hope you enjoyed the live. We're going to speed up again. Okay, we're going to get a bit faster. Hi there, Robert. Welcome to the live, buddy. Welcome to the live. Right, we stop and start the lathe as many times as possible, okay? For many reasons is to basically keep an eye on the piece, okay? We're looking for any cracks, anything that could be dangerous, because if there's a crack in the wood, it comes straight off the lathe, okay? Because we're going to create sawdust, okay? We don't want chunks and chunks of wood coming off, because otherwise, even though I've got PPE on, you can still get significantly hurt if a big chunk of wood comes off, okay? So, but as you can see, I've created that nice flow now, that curve, okay, which is what I was trying to achieve before. Those big flat edges are not needed when making bowls, otherwise you end up making like a dog bowl. What do I mean by a dog bowl? Have I got one in here? Yeah, I do. Dog bowls look like this, okay? You can say it's flat, flat, and it's flat, okay? There's no curves, okay? And what I'm trying to achieve is this curve, okay, which is this curve here. See the inside, okay? Your fingers should run out, okay? Should run out and round, okay? So it has this flow to it, okay? This nice natural bold curve, okay? And that's what I'm trying to achieve at the moment. So put that on there. Right, okay, let's have a quick shufty at it. Okay, so now I've got that curve, okay, and I should have one there. Yes, at the moment it's going to go oval. It will go oval, okay, and then we go from oval to round, okay. Now the problem being, I've got this piece here, okay, should have one on the other side there as well. I certainly do. Now there's two types of cuts that we use, okay, it's push cut and a shear cut. Difference is push cuts are away from me, okay. Push cut comes away from me. Shear cut is more like a pull cut. Okay, pull cut, push cut. Okay, same kind of thing really, different cuts. Now I want to get as close as I possibly can. Okay, I really do want to get as close as possibly can, because you don't want your tools getting stuck between the timber and the tool rest. Okay, you can really hurt your shoulder. Really hurt your shoulder. So again, I'm coming around on that 45 degree. Okay, so I've got a bit of room here to get across and round. So what I'd like to do now is come around and take these long pieces off, okay, these long bark areas. And again, it's going to say it's a very stringy piece of timber, this is, very stringy. And again, we'll take out this inclusion here, okay. Again, be mindful, checking the timber, make sure there's no cracks, okay. So again, let's work around it, If you are enjoying the live, don't forget to give me a thumbs up. Try and explain my process when I go live, you know, try and explain it. I'm not very good at editing either, because I can pre-record it. Did you try and catch me then? See here? Supporting it with my body weight, okay? It's not going to swing me, okay? If you like this when you're trying to woodturn, you're going to hurt yourself. Now it should start to look like it's going to start going oval, okay? Yes it is, okay? It's got that oval shape to it, okay? So again, I'm coming round, you see this curve now? It's much more pronounced, okay? It's much more pronounced. So basically, I'm going to come back round now and come over the top, okay? Over the top. And you're going to remember this thing's spinning towards me, so as it's coming round, it'll go from oval and it'll turn round, okay, like the bowl, okay? Okay, let's have a quick look. Let's do speed up again. 610 RPM. revolutions per minute. Okay, I'm getting much faster now. Is that light? Good. I've got a light here, see? Just trying to make sure it's a bit more brighter for you on the other end, really. Let's have a look. Believe it or not, I actually tidied this workshop yesterday, and it's already a mess. So see, these patches now are getting a lot smaller. Okay, a lot smaller. So again, we're going to come back around, and what I'm going to do, I'm going to take this 1/2 inch bowl gouge, and I'm going to swap it to the smaller one. Okay, so 3/8 bowl gouge. So again, I can come round then, because I don't want to remove tons of timber. I just want to tidy up, get this off, okay, and then we can start looking at obviously creating the shape and the form that we need. You see here the white, okay, this white area is the white part of the oak, okay. The darker area is the tan, it's the heart of the oak, which is yeah, it's got some beautiful colour variations going on with oak, and it looks like it's full of cracks, but it's not. It's just the way the grain is. So, all right. Come around again and put that other tool down and go on bouncing around on the lathe. For some reason I keep catching that top end, and I'm not sure why. Just having a good look at it, see if there's anything which is actually catching it. Let's change that to there. Okay, right, let's crack on. Let's take those corners out. In fact, I've nearly hit 3,500 subscribers in less than 6 months, which is incredible. I can't thank you all enough. Really heartfelt. It does mean an awful lot to me. So if you do want to help me get to 3,500, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. It does mean an awful lot to me. See how we got that shape now? Okay, we've got that bowl shape. Two tiny little areas to go. This tiny little area here and this tiny little area here. I have got two inclusions here, and I'm wondering if that's what I've been catching my gouge on. One in here, I don't know if that's evidence or not, and one here, okay, which is just here, okay. So again, I want to compass this now. In fact, if I got a little pokey stick somewhere, I should have. Precision screwdriver will do it. And what I'm going to do is just basically, okay, it's deeper than I actually thought. Okay, what about that one? Yeah, okay, these are quite deep. I want to make sure I'm not running through. I don't want to leave them there because it's not going to be very appealing to the eye, okay? So again, talking a couple of mil. Yeah, there's a couple of mil in there. So let's get rid of them. Let's get rid of them. And that. And that. Again, it's not going to be a bad sized console bowl, but I'm not having holes in it, okay? I'm not having holes in it. Right, let's crack on. I'm going to come round. In fact, what I'm going to do, you know what, as I was explaining, push cut, I'm going to push cut it the other way and see if I can take them out the other way around. Let's try it. Standing. Have a look. I'm going to take that tenon off actually. Ooh, okay. Okay, where's my little precision screwdriver gone? Sorry, bug. Didn't realise you were in there. That is problematic. And that one. Okay, this is going to get significantly smaller. One day I was turning actually a big log, big log, and as I started to turn it, I could see this hole in the piece itself on the side. And as I got looking to inspect it, I was trying to get an idea of how deep the hole was. And as I kind of put my precision screwdriver in there, a huge spider came out. Huge spider came out, and I was like, he's been clinging on for dear life with this thing spinning. So, but yeah, it's I don't mind bugs. Just don't mind bugs in my wood. You can see it now. Where is it? Here. This area here. Quite a significant hole. Okay. As long as it doesn't get any worse. It started off this big, and as I come round, I just want to make sure it's not going to get any bigger or spread. No, I think it stops there. Okay, it stops there. So, right. I'll take that tenon off and I'm going to sweep that back round. Sweep it back round. I didn't want to go back to my 1/2 inch, but I'm going to because that hole is significantly large. And that means I'm going to have to take quite a bit of timber off to get past it, okay? My likes, thank you very, very much. 89 people in the room. Welcome everybody. And next week, there's going to be a couple of changes, okay? There are going to be some changes because you won't be staring at this window, okay? Because I'm going to change a couple of things in the workshop. So, should be quite interesting. Should be quite interesting. Just waiting for a few things to arrive. That is annoying. That is annoying. We've got our bowl shape, okay? We've got the shape, okay? But I don't want that in it. I certainly don't want that in it. One after, yeah. Take that carbide out. See, there's that flow now, okay? I've got that flow, just like that bowl, okay? Same kind of thing, okay? Same thing. Ugh, that is annoying. That is annoying. Get the speed up. Ten likes. Thank you very much. Hi Antonio, welcome to the live, buddy. What on earth? What on earth? It was there. Now it's up. I could have chosen a better piece of timber to come onto a live with, couldn't I? The other one was there. Just there. See? Was there. Now it's there. Problematic, man. Looking for any soft areas in the piece. Okay. That is annoying. I'm going to lose a couple of mil here as I come down. when I make these console bowls, these little small ones, I tend to give them a lot of them away because they're very, very easy to make. You can make them very quickly, and not so much this one because this one's been a pain. But yeah, as I said, they're quite useful for lots of little things, you know. I'm not using herbs and spices, peanuts, crisps, keys, anything like that really. And but yeah, as I say, I think every single one of them is always different. It's always different from the last one. In fact, I got one in here. Ooh, let's move that out of the way. See the difference in shape? I went for a vaulted kind of look really. So the V, okay, it comes up. It's got quite significantly high walls. That's more rounded, okay. So depends what I'm trying to achieve. Depends what it is I'm trying to achieve. Still just debating over this area here. Like, oak's great to work with, but it contains tannins inside the oak, okay? You can turn your hands black, okay, when you're not too careful. If this was higher, then I wouldn't be too concerned because I could literally just take it off the face. Because it's like here, I don't want to end up taking like 1/4 of an inch off this bowl because otherwise it's going to be tiny, absolutely tiny. Again, my best thing I could do is just keep coming round and round and round until I've removed it. I'm going to say because I'm not keen on that bit being there. Not keen at all. Getting smaller and smaller. Good afternoon, Arami. Welcome back to the live, buddy. Sorry I've been away for a little bit, buddy. It's yeah, I just got to jump back on. I know it's Arami. Can you believe it, Arami, right? This piece is the other half of this, okay? And believe you me, this is full of problems. I think I've got it that time. Yes, I've got rid of it. Thank God for that. Any smaller and I'll be throwing it across the room. So, just have a feel. I'll originate here. What I'd like to do is just blend that back in. Put a 10 on it. Speed up. I'm not being aggressive at all, okay? Not being aggressive whatsoever. That's fine. It's going to be a nice little bowl, but there's no, we haven't got any more problems with it. Thing's tiny. Thing's really small considering. I think I've still got my favourite bowl in here. I've got so many. Ooh. Yes, I have. Tanga. Looking forward to turning that. Should be quite interesting. This is my favourite bowl. In fact, let's get rid of that dust off in a minute. This is one of my favourite bowls that I turned, okay? It's pretty large. Very nice. It certainly is. It certainly is. And beats this one, doesn't it? So, but yeah, it's a piece of spalted ash. And some of the spalting going on was really intricate, really different, you know? And yeah, and I put it to one side because I expected it to crack. Did expect it to crack, but no, it maintained its shape, it maintained its stability. And yeah, I took the tenon off it. And that spalting was all the way through, you know. It's all really, really interesting. It's in the walls, it's in the base. So yeah, this is one piece that actually kind of like took me by surprise. It literally beat me up for a few times trying to get this thing into shape. But overall, I was going to say it stays in the workshop because if you ever keep turning a piece and then you put it to one side because it's taught you something. In saying what it taught me, because it had these really steep high kind of walls on it. Yeah, it was challenging. It was a big challenge. So spalted ash, gorgeous. It certainly is. It certainly is. It's definitely one for the keepsake. So not a little bowl, quite a big bowl. So I think it's about 12 inches. I think. So, but right. Anyway, let's crack on. I want to feather that back in. Okay. This is not the tiniest bowl in the world, but it's alright for live. Alright, so what I want to do, tidy this up, bring that sweep back in. There it is. Nope, wrong. That's better. That's a lot better. Okay, that's better. Got more of a natural flow to it, okay? More natural. Right. Ugh. It's only small. Only small. I guarantee you, if my other half sees this, it'll end up in the kitchen somewhere. She'll want to put it to her collection. Alright, what am I looking for? A drill driver. Anyway, Rami, I've got some big changes coming to the workshop next week. I've got a few things on the way, which is going to change the layout. There we are. There we are. Right, do I need to sharpen this? I'll find out in a minute. Just be mindful, I don't want to go to the bottom of that. Really don't. It's very pretty much on the verge of going straight through it, so it's going to be very, very careful. Very, very careful. Just been very, very gentle on that bottom corner there. Whew. Let's stop it there a minute. Let's stop it there a second. Tie that real. Okay. Still got that raised area in the centre. Got to be removed. No, you can't fit. Good friend of mine, Dave, he's on my social media. He was actually sat in the side of the country last night watching one of my videos, and I was quite surprised when he told me it was on Amazon Prime. I don't know how that happened, but it's on there somewhere. I'm going to say, but very surprised, very surprised. All right, let's get some sandpaper. Let's get this thing smoothed off and on to getting the thing finished. Now, this one is to sort out my workshop because there's machines everywhere. Get them to the dead leg, walking past the extraction system. Right. All right. Tell you what, those walls could be thinner. They could be thinner. Bear with me 1 second. Somebody recently got me a rookie because I still use my carbides, but they've got a use for everything. Got a use for everything. There we are. Much happy with those walls. I stopped it and as I was standing, I thought, hang on a minute, this thing can be off thinner. That's better. Much better, like that. Had to blow it then with my face shield on. Don't do that now. Right, so it's about 240. I'll get some oil on it. I actually got my son to come and have a go on the lathe, and but he's more techie, he's more computery, programmy, that kind of thing. So he may change his mind. So like I say, it's a nice little bowl. So before we continue, right, just take that off, and we're looking for a nice little rag. First things first, I'm going to put it down. Oh, I know what it is. 1 second, bear with me. That'll be 2 seconds. Right. The other half, she wants to clean her keyboard yesterday, so she was there with a little earbud stick, dipping it in isopropyl, doing each key. So I said, pass it here. Wet the rag, and I was just give it a good bit of a scrub, man. So yeah, that's what I'm saying. Isopropyl is great for all sorts of stuff, not just bowls and stuff like that. So. It's a great all-rounder to have in the workshop. 16 likes. Thank you very, very much. Thank you very, very much. It means an awful lot. Thank you. Do appreciate it. Just give it a nice good clean. That'll evaporate in seconds. Let's speed it up. I actually tried doing a pen the other day of epoxy. I didn't realise how bad that stuff stinks. Better. Alright. That should be dry. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Right, where's my other little rag? You can actually get a big bag of rags on eBay. All cotton for a tenner. And yeah, I kept getting told off for taking pillowcases. So, but yeah, I'm saying that's what people saw in my video the other day. Looks like I've got a lot of clothes all over the workshop, but it's not, it's just rags. Alright, it's nearly there. It's nearly there. Something I like about pure tonneau oil, it's very, goes a long way. It does go a long way. It gives a beautiful shine to it. Beautiful shine. There we are. Nice dry air of it. What I'm going to do now is if I just go for a nice dry area of the rag, send it back on. Buff that in. What I'm looking for is my Chucky. If you want to looking, put it down somewhere. Yeah, around. I promised myself I'd buy myself another one because I'm forever putting it down and never be able to find a damn thing. So. Right. There we are. There we are. So thanks for sticking with me. Very, very kind. Yeah. It's not massive. There's a console bowl. Nice curve. To follow. So it's actually turned out quite a pretty little bowl. Sometimes that one. Yeah, near enough. Near enough. But yeah, I was going to say I enjoy making these. They're great little ideas for craft fairs and that kind of thing, really. And going out and just I mean, I'd sell something like that for $15, man. And because it's made of oak. Going to say, but it depends on the timber I'm using. So but a big bowl like the Sport of Ash, that's probably more of a £45, £50 bowl. So and the reason for that is because it takes a lot of work. Okay, a lot of work. So but yeah, I was going to say, I think with anything like this, really, they're quite useful, they're quite handy to have around, and I've got stacks of them because they're useful to have in house, in home, in the workshop, just for putting things in, screws, anything really. So but yeah, overall I'm quite happy with that, considering it caused me endless problems. So but yeah, I'm going to start pre-recording some of my content, because basically there are some things that I'm going to have to wear an air-fed mask, especially tanga, okay? And I've also got some wild mango down there. Again, you don't want to be breathing that in because it causes bad headaches, okay? I did, this one's Panga. Tanga, okay? So the other one I said was Tanga. And believe you me, that gave me a splitting headache for days, and just not being careful enough with my PPE. So when I start pre-recording and I start seeing the exotics again, I'll be definitely wearing some air filtration, just to make sure I protect my lungs, etc. But thank you for all sticking with me today. Really appreciate it. Really do appreciate it. I'm going to say, and hopefully I shall see you all back in the next one. But I've got a workshop to clean, because I've got, like I said, I've got changes coming now next week, and yeah, the things are going to change. So but thank you for sticking with me throughout the slide today. It's been much appreciated, and hopefully I shall see you all back in the next one. But if you're out there and you're a woodturner, happy turning, stay safe, and and get back on your lathe. I was going to say, and hopefully I shall see you in the next one. But stay safe, everyone. Happy turning. Have a good week. Take care.